Welcome back everyone. In today's video we'll be unboxing some Sonic the Hedgehog figures. We have a total of 4 different figures we'll be unboxing. We have E123 Omega, Sonic, Knuckles, and Egg Robo. Let's unbox this E123 Omega first. This is a really cool robot that comes with a yellow emerald. And we'll take a look at the back of the box. It shows that there's 13 points of articulation and shows some of the articulation there. And some other figures we can collect within the set. There's Tails, Sonic, Silver, and E123 Omega. Alright, let's unbox this and check it out. And the figure comes out of the packaging real nicely. And here's our figure, so lots of different points of articulation. Starting out with the feet, they can move all the way around 360 degrees. And the legs move, arms, we can move the hands, the forearms, and we can actually move the hands, so that's cool. So yeah, this is some really powerful armor. And a really cool figure. Nice to get another villain robot for our collection. And here's that yellow emerald. Here's a closer look at our figure. And this is the last of the most powerful of the E-Series robots created by Dr. Eggman. This is a cool pose with the robot holding the yellow emerald. Let's see if he drops it. He's still holding on. Can he walk away with holding on to it? He made it. Our next figure to unbox is Egg Robo. Egg Robo is an egg-shaped robot and is one of the more powerful badniks. 13 points of articulation on this figure. And the 4 figures on this are Espio, Egg Robo, Sonic, and Tails. Alright, let's unbox this and check it out. And here's our new figure out of the package. Comes with this jetpack that we can twist around. If he wants to fly down real fast, he can, or he could just let off the jetpacks and float down and ease the power of these to kind of steadily come down a bit. And it looks like this jetpack, I don't know, maybe it can come off, but it's going to take some extreme pulling, so I don't think it's supposed to come off, but I guess it could. And there is 13 points of articulation. Looks like he can move his elbows, his arms all the way around. Oh, and the head can move too, so that's cool. And this figure also comes with this blaster. We'll put the blaster in hand. Here's a closer look at that blaster. It's a pretty good sized blaster. It just fits right into his hands, just like this. There we go. And another look at this figure. We'll turn all the way around. And now he's ready for takeoff. Let's unbox our last 2 figures. This is Sonic and Knuckles Face-Off 2-pack. This is an exclusive figure 2-pack. So you have both the figures going face to face there. And what's just cool is you can do this to make it like a box that's more compact like this for the more square look to it. And there's the back of the package. It says faster than the speed of sound. Sonic is the fastest hedgehog on the planet. When the evil Dr. Robotnik attacks, Sonic is always ready to defend against his mechanical creations with his lightning-quick reflexes, blinding speed, and boundless courage. It looks like Knuckles has his spiky fist pose, and Sonic is giving a thumbs up. Here's a look at our figures out of the package, and we'll first check out Sonic. Sonic is doing that thumbs up. And these are both bendy, bendable figures, so we can kind of bend them or shape them how we want to what pose we would like, and they stayed in that position for a while. And we can also swap out the heads, so we'll do that with Knuckles. Well, let's see if we can with Knuckles. I think we should be able to, yep. So we'll put Sonic's head on Knuckles, which is interesting looking. Actually kind of cool. I like the blue and the red combination. We'll try the same thing with Sonic and Knuckles. The other way around. That is actually really cool looking. Okay, let's have them go back to how they're supposed to be with Knuckles and Sonic. So yeah, we have Knuckles. We'll get a little closer look at Knuckles since we didn't exactly yet. And he's doing that closed fist kind of pose with the spike hands. And there they both are again. I actually thought the packaging was really cool on these two figures. Also, we have this really cool background scene from Sonic. I like the waterfalls in there, and all that green grass looks really cool. Alright, we'll set those aside and let's check out all the figures we unboxed today. So we have E123 Omega first. And next up we have Egg Robo. Two really cool robots. And let's put Knuckles right here. And Sonic to the far right. And we'll get Sonic in a better standing pose. Oh, he's going to tip. Okay, we almost got this. There we go. Sonic should stand now. And here's a closer look at all of them. Welcome back everyone. In today's video we'll be unboxing a bunch of Sonic expendable action figures. Let's start out by unboxing Sonic first. Here's a look at the back of the package. It looks like this set has Amy, Rose, Knuckles, Tails, Sonic, Big, and Dr. Eggman. Alright, so here is Sonic unboxed. And just like the name of it says, bendable action figure, it is really super bendy. And here's a closer look at Sonic. It looks like he's waving. So that's cool. We can move his arms and hands around and he kind of stays somewhat in the same pose. Let's see how well Sonic stands on his own. So it looks like he can stand on his own pretty well. Alright, next let's open Knuckles. So it looks like the back is the same, shows all 6 figures, and we will be unboxing all 6 figures today. Knuckles is a cool figure. Check out those spikes on his knuckles. So we'll definitely bend Knuckles around. Can twist his legs and his feet and his hands. And let's see how well Knuckles can stand. So not too well right away, but we can probably, well, we'll just lean him here. There we go. Alright, next up we definitely have to unbox this one. This is Amy Rose. We don't have that many Amy Rose figures in our collection. We definitely have the most of Sonic figures. And I'd say Amy Rose is probably the least. So definitely really cool to get Amy Rose for our collection. We'll have to try to get more of her in the future. So yeah, really cool. Like these boots. And it looks like Amy Rose is also waving. Looks like she'll stand pretty well. Yep, she stands pretty well on her own. We'll put Amy Rose right back there. Next up, so we're halfway done with the set. We have Dr. Eggman next. clear all this stuff off to the side. That way we can see Dr. Eggman a little bit better. There we go. So that's an interesting Dr. Eggman. Really small head, huge body, especially his legs are long and his feet are really big. And he does have long arms also. And looks like he's also waving. That's cool. Alright, we'll put Dr. Eggman right there, and he's standing well on his own also. So we have two more figures to check out here. We have Tails next. It looks like Sonic just fell down. We'll lean Sonic right there. Okay, so here's Tails. Open hands just like the other figures in that waving motion. Tails has his red and white shoes. And his tails. It's not just one tail, but two. That's a cool figure. Doesn't look like Tails is going to stand too well. Well, actually he does. He kind of leans back on his tails. So we've opened 5 figures. We have one more to open. This is our final figure within the set, Big. And I think that looks cool at the bottom of the pack here. It shows Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Amy Rose, Dr. Eggman, and Big. So set that aside and check out this figure. He looks like he would stand pretty well too. So his arms and hands don't move too well. It takes a little bit more effort to get those to move, and his legs are a lot shorter, so we can't move his legs around too much either. Here's a look at all the figures we unboxed today. A lot of really cool figures. Out of all these, my favorite, probably Sonic and Amy Rose, although all of them are really neat. Welcome back everyone. In today's video, we'll be unboxing this Sonic 2 Movie Collection 3-pack. The Sonic Movie Collection pack comes with Baseball Sonic, we also get Party Sonic and Snow Sonic. And on the side we have Sonic standing in a pose, and on the back it shows the 3 figures within the set. So yeah, these are really cool. There's Baseball Sonic right there. He has his baseball hat on. Looks like he has a catcher's guard there and a glove. And then there's Party Sonic and Snow Sonic. And there's also some other figures to collect too. We'll get a closer look at these. There's Sonic, Knuckles, Robotnik, and Tails. Alright, let's check out our new figures out of the box. Here's all 3 of our Sonic figures out of the box. Let's take a look at our Baseball Sonic first. So Baseball Sonic has a red baseball cap on, and the cap doesn't come off. I'm sure we could find a way to get it off, but it's meant to stay on. It's stuck on there pretty well. And then Sonic has his grin that most of these Sonic figures have, and then he also has a baseball glove, looks like a catcher's mitt, more of a catcher's mitt because he has the catcher gear with the protection plate there. So that's cool. Let's check out the articulation. Looks like he has these elbow joints where we can move his arms a bit. And we can twist his head. Let's see if we can twist it all the way around. We probably can, yep. It's just his gear gets in the way a little bit, and his arm. And his feet can move all the way around 360 degrees. We can bend his knees at that knee joint there. So a lot of articulation on these. So we'll set Sonic back there. And we have 2 more Sonic figures to check out here. This is Party Sonic. And Party Sonic has the tie, the sunglasses, the chain. So yeah, Sonic is definitely going in disguise, although we can totally tell that these are all Sonic characters. But at least he's trying to go in disguise. So very similar articulation to our baseball Sonic. And let's compare the shoes. They look like they're the same shoes. So a lot of the same characteristics about the figure itself, just different outfit for the disguise. So that's cool. And we also have this Snow Sonic, which is really awesome. I just like this one because you don't get too many figures in all the snow gear. So it looks like Sonic is wearing his hat. This will keep him really warm in cold temperatures. And then he has, looks like a scarf, and then his jacket, really thick winter snow jacket, and then he has snow pants, and his signature Sonic shoes. So not a whole lot of articulation on this one. Actually, we can bend his knees, which I was surprised that we could bend his knees. At first it didn't look like it. So he bends at the knees. We can't twist his legs around. They're pretty much stuck in this position. Let's see if we can bend his elbows. I don't think we can. Looks like we can move his arms around, but we can't bend at the elbow, or he can't bend at the elbows. So yeah, a lot of cool, fun detail on these. Out of all these, I would say Baseball Sonic is probably my favorite. This one second, and third, this one back here, which all of them are really cool, but I just like them in that order, I would say. This Snow Sonic, I don't know, that might be, I don't know, it might be tied for first place, actually. I really like both of these a lot. So I'll take a closer look at these two again. So yeah, which one's your favorite out of all of these? We'll also take another look at the Party Sonic. And I think that's cool. This is like tearing through here, this spike tearing through. I think that looks really cool. It's an extra added detail that might go unnoticed, but I thought I'd show everyone that. In the background, we have a Sonic display. I really like making displays with the playsets and action figures. Let's add Winter Sonic over here. I think this is a good place for Winter Sonic, actually right there. And right here we'll put Silver, and let's put Sonic here. We'll make it look like they're playing catch with the baseball, although we don't have a baseball, which would come in handy, but we'll pretend that they're playing catch, and then we have Party Sonic needs to go somewhere. This looks like a good area for our Party Sonic. We'll move this figure over and put Party Sonic there. Whoops. But to get him to stand, we could use a foot peg if we need to. There we go, we used a foot peg. That works much better. So here's a look at all of our figures. Welcome back everyone. In today's video we'll be opening some collectible vintage Sonic 3 toys. These are Happy Meal toys and they're from 1993. Let's check out the first one here. This is Knuckles. Has a really cool design on the front from 1993. Opened for the first time here. Oh, that's cool. So Knuckles can spin around. And we can probably roll Knuckles, and I'm guessing he'll spin around. That's really cool. So Knuckles is spinning around super fast. Alright, let's check out our next toy here. This is another Sonic 3. All these are Sonic 3 toys, and this time it's Sonic. Sonic comes with a couple different things here. This looks like it's the launcher. Get this open. And before we launch Sonic, we'll take a closer look at Sonic. So there's some wheels there, so it should launch and roll pretty well. Alright, so we'll just push the button here and watch Sonic go. This actually has some pretty good launching power. Let's try it again. So we'll try it from a different direction this time. Let's open our second toy. This one looks actually super awesome too. This is Tails. And this one actually looks really familiar, like I've had this before at some point. So we can put Tails on this spinny launcher here. We'll just pull this. And there goes Tails. So here's a closer look at Tails. Let's try it again. This time I'll try to launch Tails a bit higher. Here it goes. Whoa! That's cool. I'll just keep spinning like that. Looks like we might have some doubles, but we'll take a closer look at these. So we have another Knuckles. So basically I'm just opening all the Sonic 3 toys that I have, the Happy Meal Sonic 3 toys. So yeah, it looks like these two are the same, and we might have a third one that's the same. This one does look the same, so yeah, we have 3 of the same. But we have some others coming up that will be different. Okay, this one doesn't roll as well. This first one we opened definitely rolls the best. Alright, next up it's Robotnik. So there's Robotnik. Cool, we can wind this up and maybe he'll drive on his own. Oh, not quite. Probably did at one time. Maybe we just need to wind them up a little bit more. There we go. Last up we have a Sonic 3 Sonic the Hedgehog Happy Meal Sonic Ball. And there's still air in the Sonic Ball from all these years later. That's actually a really cool ball. I like how it's yellow with Sonic on the front of it. Yeah, it says 1993 on the front. And it still bounces. Let's take another look at all of the Sonic toys we opened today. Welcome back everyone. In today's video we'll be checking out some Sonic 3 toys. We have this 4-figure pack, and we also have the Crab Mech Battle playset. First up, let's check out this Crab Mech Battle playset. This looks really awesome. This comes with Sonic and the Crab Mech Battle playset itself. I really like the design on the front of this package. It looks awesome. This does have the pinching claws on both sides, so we get the pinching claws here and pinching claws there. And the front we can see Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and Shadow. And there's this side of the box, looks really cool too. I really like the design all the way around. And on the back it shows 4 figures we can collect within this set. This is the 2.5, 2.5 inch figure line with Sonic there. And there's Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, and Robotnik. So we'll definitely have to collect all of those. We've collected them in the other Sonic lines, and we'll definitely have to get all the Sonic 3 figures and sets. Here it is out of the package, and I don't know what to check out first. Both of these are awesome. We have Sonic and we have the Crab Mech to check out. Why don't we check out Sonic real quick, and then we'll check this out next. Here's a closer look at our Sonic figure. It looks like he has a slightly gripped right hand and his left hand is open. And a really cool figure. This is a 2.5 inch figure. So it's smaller than the other ones. We have some, the other ones we'll be checking out in a little bit. Those are actually roughly 5 inches depending on the figure. This is also another Sonic figure we have, so it's a little different. Not much though. A lot of similarities to this one. So we have the different hands on here, the opening of the hands. And it looks like his expression's a little bit different too, and the eyes too are more open here. So yeah, there's definitely some differences if you look closely at the detail. Now it's time to check out the Crab Mech playset. This is super awesome. It didn't come completely assembled in the box, but mostly. So this was a separate piece, and then all these crab legs came separately that I had to plug in. They're pretty easy to take in and out. So just like that, and that's how it looks without it. And we just place it back in there and snap it in like that. So these are the crab legs. We can move these all around, and we can kind of position them how we would like. So if you want to stand up taller or closer to the ground, you have different options of doing that. So that looks pretty cool that way. I do like it this way, kind of more so how it's supposed to look. And what I really like is these pinching claws. I like that we can press the button. There's a button on the outside of each of these front claw arms. We just press it like that, and then it opens. That way we can capture a figure, so Sonic is captured. Really easy to capture the figure. We can twist them around, spin them around like that. So that's really cool. I like how this goes all the way around. There's not any restriction to it, or not much at least. Now we can do the same on this side. There's also this eye scope here, which we can just pull out like that. That way whoever is driving or controlling this can have some extra sensory or vision with it. So we can just do that, and we can twist it side to side, up and down. It goes in and out pretty smoothly and easily. We'll put that back in. On the back there's some jet rocket boosters on the back, so it can go into flight mode. And on the bottom there's a trap, or not really, I guess, secret door, I don't know. It's just a different way of escape or getting in and out of this, I believe. And on the top, we can open this. And there's the control seat. We can put any figure in there we want. Unfortunately, I have to get the 2.5-inch figure. This one won't fit, too big. Well, I guess maybe if we stuff it in there, but it's going to go through that trap door. So I have to get an updated version on that, which I will on that Robotnik figure. But Sonic can definitely fit in there for now, for display purposes. So Sonic could just like sit in there like that. The control panel seat. Close this like that. Or we could turn around this way too. Kind of however you want to position them in there. And then the figure can go right through the bottom there. So like this, and then just comes out through there. So that's pretty cool. A lot of nice detail on this. At first I thought maybe we could open this part of it too, like just open the whole thing, but we can't. We can just open this part. So overall, really cool playset. I like it a lot. This is super cool. And now let's check out the 4-figure pack. Here's a look at the 4-figure pack. This is the Action Pack Sonic the Hedgehog 3. It says try me, so we can press here and the figures should light up. I don't see any light up action so far, but maybe when we take it out of the box. Well, actually, let's stick to the front. There's just such cool, awesome design on the front with Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and Shadow over here. I really like the design on this box as well. All the boxes so far look super cool. There's Sonic on the side. And on the back, we can see all 4 figures. So all these look awesome. I really like Tails. He has a different expression, different look to this figure than we've seen with a lot of other ones. So some just uniqueness to these figures, I think would be the word. Very unique. So look really cool. I'm really excited to try these out. Hopefully they light up. I would think they should still light up in the package, but maybe there's like a tab we have to pull or something, but we'll find that out in a little bit. Here's all 4 figures out of the package, and they look awesome. I have them in similar poses that they were in the box. They look super cool. I cannot wait to take a closer look at these. Let's take a look at Sonic first. Sonic lights up on the top of his head. All we have to do is press this button and he lights up, not only on the top of his head, but on the side too. So that's really cool. I like the light up action, and we'll take a look at this without the lights on in just a little bit, and we'll actually do the same for Shadow. We'll check them out and compare the two in a moment. But yeah, this is a really cool Sonic. Lots of articulation. I like how we can open the hands and close them. So that way he can grip onto something, or he can be in a cool action pose. And I like that running, or like that action pose he was in before. It looked really cool. We can also move his legs around a lot too, which is really awesome. I like that front stance. I think that looks really cool. So these figures, we can really move around a lot and pose them in really cool poses. And with this Sonic figure and Shadow, we can't twist the head too much. It's kind of limited, probably because of the electronics running through here to activate the lighting. But that's okay. I think it's a really cool figure. Let's check out Shadow. Kind of similar light up action. But with Shadow, his lights aren't as visible as they are with Sonic. Again, we'll take a look at them both with the lights out. And back to why these didn't light up in the package when they were in the box is actually when I opened the side of the box, there was a tab that pulled out and actually activated the lighting in these, which is really neat. So I did figure that out. And again, we can open and close the hands. I really like the different color scheme to this with the different shoes or boots that he's wearing. I think it looks really cool. All right, let's take a look at these two with the lights out. Here is Sonic. As you can see, he really lights up well. Tons of glow and light up to this figure. And let's compare Sonic with Shadow. So I'll actually have Sonic at a little bit further back distance. That way it's a little bit more clear. We can see it better. That's awesome. Okay, so here's Shadow. Actually, Shadow doesn't light up too bad either. Okay, Sonic has to stop lighting up in the background there because we're getting some blue reflections on Shadow. And Sonic is still lighting up, and Shadow's... Okay, there we go. Now it's just Shadow only. Next up we have Tails, and I like this Tails a lot. It has a different look to it. A lot of Tails figures have more of a smiley, happy looking face. This one has the more serious, mad face Tails. So a really cool figure. I like that we can, just like the other figures, move his hands. We can grip them together, making more of like a fist rather than an open hand. And the bottom of his shoes, or the soles, are black, as opposed to some of them have like a grayish or a dark gray to them. And I do like that we can articulate or move his tails around in different directions separately so they don't move together at the same time. So that way we can pose this figure a little bit extra or more than we could usually. And Sonic and Shadow, we couldn't move their head all the way around 360 degrees like we can with Tails, so there's a little bit more, or there's a lot more articulation with the head. And next up we have Knuckles. I really like the running action pose Knuckles is in. It's like I almost don't want to take him out of that, but we're going to straighten out his legs, get him standing tall, and he's a, I don't want to say much bigger, but he's a bigger, larger figure than like Sonic is. If you just compare the two together, and Knuckles. So he's taller, a little bit bulkier of a figure. Sonic isn't quite standing straight up, so we'll get him standing straight. Here's all four figures lined up from shortest to tallest, or tallest to shortest. And yeah, Knuckles is definitely, I'd say, the tallest. He's a little bit taller than Shadow, and then Shadow's a little bit taller than Sonic, and Sonic is a bit taller than Tails. And let's get a closer look at this Knuckles figure again. Since we can get these figures into such awesome poses, I got them into a new stancer pose. And there's probably so many others we can get these figures into. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to check out some Sonic 3 action figures. These are super awesome, and so far these are my favorite figures from the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 lineup. We have 3 5-inch figures, and they're all of Super Sonic and Super Shadow. So these are super, super awesome. Let's move this aside and we'll check out the box first on this one. So again, we have the 2 light up figures, and we have some really cool designs on this box with Shadow in the background, Tails, Knuckles, and Sonic. And I think this is so awesome. On the side of the box where we have Shadow. It just looks super cool. And checking out the back of the box, Super Shadow looks awesome. Kind of has that flash look to it. Looks really cool. And then Super Sonic over here. Definitely my two favorite figures so far. And I like that they light up also. It looks like we can pull this tab. That'll get our figures to light up. So that way we can do the try me mode. So yeah, they really light up well, but we'll save the light up feature for when we're actually reviewing them. And in the background you can see Super Sonic and Super Shadow in the background. Just an awesome box, that's so cool. Okay, we'll set this aside and check out Super Sonic. So this figure is very similar to the others. The only difference, or the big difference is that it doesn't light up. So if you want a version that doesn't light up, that's this one. It's nice to have both of them. I think that's really neat to have both. And there's some other figures within this 5-inch collection or set that we can collect. Alright, let's open these up and check them out. Here's a look at the figures out of the package, and I included a regular, well, it's a light up regular Shadow and a regular light up Sonic. We'll check those out later, but I do want to focus on these three new figures. All 5 of these figures are 5-inch figures, and this is the light up Super Shadow figure. And I've already said this is awesome. So I'll try not to keep on saying it, but it really is. It's so neat. I really like these. And it's a little bit lighter shade of yellow than the regular Super Sonic. And we can press right here and that'll get the lights activated. So Super Shadow's head will light up. And you can see the red on here, and I think that looks really neat. It goes really well with the figure. And we can tell it's Super Shadow by all of the red streaks, but also the wristbands and the shoes are different than Sonic's or Super Sonic's. So overall, just a really neat figure. Tons of articulation, so we can get all these figures into some really cool action poses, like this running pose, and we can get his hand or arms up, and we can make his hand into a fist or open hand. I think that's really neat too. All the extra detail that's added into this. And we'll see if he stands, and they do actually stand in their poses. We just have to have their feet positioned correctly, and there we go. So this one's standing in that really cool action pose. And we'll move right down the row and check out Super Sonic now. Now we'll show these with the lights out in a little bit too. They look really neat with the lights out. But you can still see how, you know, the light up feature there, and the eyes start to light up too, which is neat. So it's just a simple press right here and it does that. And it lasts maybe 30 seconds or so. Just like Super Shadow, Super Sonic's hands, we can make them into a fist, or we can have a closed hand or an open hand. We can do that on both sides. Tons of articulation again, just like the other figures. And there goes Super Shadow. He just tipped over. There's like we can get him like in a flying kick mode too, like a jump side kick. That's really cool. I just thought of that jump side kick. That's cool. So again, there is Super Sonic. We'll see how long this one stands, and we'll get this figure standing again. And here's the non-light up version, still really neat. I like to have both of them. So it's very similar. Looks like shoes the same. You can open and close the hands, same articulation. So really all it's missing, let's see if the face looks the same too. So really all this one is missing is the light up feature. So we just can't get it to light up, but it does have that solid head sculpt and look to it. So So I really wanted to have both options, and we got both of those. So now we have the Super Sonic without the light up, Shadow and Sonic without the light up feature. We also have these two light up feature figures also. Same articulation. Everything is really similar except the color of the figures, and the light up looks similar. It's harder to tell the light up on this one as much as opposed to like Sonic really lights up well, and especially these super figures, the Super Sonic and Super Shadow figures. So there they are, and let's go check these out with the lights out and see how awesome they are when they light up. There it is, Super Sonic lighting up. How cool is that? Next up we have Super Shadow. This one really lights up well. And our other two figures, this is Shadow. I'll set Shadow down. And here's Sonic, and Sonic really lights up well too. Here's another look at all these figures together, and I have them in action poses. Welcome back everyone. In today's video we'll be checking out a bunch of Sonic action figures from Sonic 3, and we'll also be checking out action figures from previous Sonic movies and other collections. To start out with, this is some of the Sonic 3 action figures I have in my collection. We have Shadow, Super Sonic, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow on motorcycle. This is really neat. One of my favorites. I still like the Super Sonic and Super Shadow, probably the best so far from this lineup, but I do like this sport bike, sport motorcycle that Shadow is on. I think it's really neat. I like that it has a kickstand too, so we can have this up or down if we want him in the riding position where he's actually like driving the motorcycle. We can also put these foot pegs here so he can balance his feet on there. And we can take our Shadow figure off of here if we want to. We can just look at the motorcycle without our figure on there. And that kind of gives us a closer look at the sport bike. So we'll put that back there. And our Shadow figure. Basically this Shadow figure is very similar to this Shadow, except this one lights up. It's kind of hard to tell that this one lights up unless the lights are off, but there's this red flashing lights on Shadow, and his eyes light up too, which is cool. We just press the button there. Looks like Shadow is still stuck in his riding position. And here's that Super Shadow figure. Super awesome. That's cool. I did do a review on this already. Same with the Super Sonic that lights up. And we can't forget about our light up Sonic figure. I decided to put Super Shadow on the motorcycle this time. He looks pretty cool there. So these taller figures are the 5-inch figures, and we also have the 2.5-inch figures, half the size. We have Sonic, Knuckles, Shadow, and Super Sonic, and we'll be adding to the collection today, opening up another Sonic 3 set. And we'll open this next so we can add this to the collection. This is from Sonic 3 movie collection, comes with some figures and some cool stuff. And again, there's that awesome design to the box. I really like that. I've mentioned that in other videos too. So this set we get Agent Stone, Shadow, Master Emerald, Super Sonic, and Burrito Drone. Those will be new additions to the set, and they are 2.5-inch figures. Here's a look at everything out of the package. We have the Emerald Super Sonic. So this will be a double since we already have a 2.5-inch Super Sonic. Burrito Drone. That's interesting, that's cool. And we also have a double, another Super Shadow. Looks like he has the same expression as the other Shadow. So not Super Shadow, but just regular Shadow. And Agent Stone. So this is a new figure for our collection also. And as you can see, it's about the same height as our other figures. So all in line with the 2.5-inch lineup. I also placed a bunch of Sonic action figures from different sets through the past that we're going to check out also. I don't think any of these are from Sonic 3, but there's like Sonic Sonic 2, and then other sets too that we'll check out. So we'll add these to the collection, and I'll show you most of my Sonic collection today. I don't know if it'll be exactly everything, but it will be most of it. Okay, let's start standing up figures and putting them in line so we can check out the entire collection together. I hope these don't fall down because some of them look like they might. We have another 2.5-inch Sonic. And we'll kind of place these in all different areas to try to get the table filled with all these different Sonic figures. Some of these might not stand too well. I know this set didn't stand the best, so I won't spend too long trying to get it to stand properly. I guess if his feet are in the right direction, that should help or give us the best chance. These are cool. This is Shadow, and he has a jersey, so there's like different Sonic figures and Shadow and so on that had like different athletic jerseys. And then here's Sonic playing baseball with a baseball glove. That's cool. And here's that Sonic figure I was mentioning with the jersey. I think there's also Tails within the set, maybe Knuckles, but we'll find out. I don't recall off the top of my head. Oh, we just knocked down Sonic. I got some of those figures to stand, but the problem is they just keep falling. So if they keep falling, I might just let them fall, and we'll check out the figures and look at these individually at least. That way we can get a closer look at these, which is the most important part. I was hoping to have them all standing up to see a collection of all of them standing, but I guess we could see the collection with them not standing also. Okay, there goes Silver. Okay, we'll give Silver one more try, see if Silver can... Okay, there we go. We have another Sonic. This is like a bendable Sonic figure. And Super Sonic just fell down. And here's Tails, also kind of a bendable figure from that series. This is a cool Sonic, reminds me of the video game Sonic. And we'll just, this one should stand with no problem. And here's another Sonic. He's in some winter gear. So far, some of these are standing pretty well. Put Sonic there, kind of lean him against the Gujitsu Sonic. And here's Tails. This Tails came with a plane. So that's the set that was a part of. And that one's not going to stand too well, so we'll set that there. Here's a bendable Knuckles. So at least we'll definitely get the idea of what this collection will look like all together, whether it's standing or not. Another Sonic. We have a ton of Sonic figures, like a lot. Wow. Okay, there a few just went down. And Knuckles. I like this Knuckles. That's really cool. Sonic. Okay, that one's not going to stand. There's another Sonic figure from Sonic 2. I did find some more Sonic figures we will add to the collection, so there's probably another 10 to 20 more. There's Knuckles. Or I should say Sonic type action figures, because this isn't Sonic, this is Knuckles. And we have some others. We got another Super Sonic. That's a cool figure. This one's a brighter, kind of darker yellow than the, and it's kind of more rubbery, bendable than the Sonic 3 version. Oh, this is cool. Do you know the name of this one? If you do, let us know in the comment section below. So lots of awesome figures. I haven't looked at these in a while. Definitely awesome and for sure worth checking out again. Oh, that one actually is standing. Cool. Oh, this is cool. This Sonic is in like a front kick jumping position. That looks awesome. And we're still not done yet. We still have more to go. a bendable Tails figure. And that one's going to fall. Oh, it only knocked down one other figure, just Sonic. I like this Sonic figure also. Kind of reminds me, similar to the Sonic 3 figure. Another Tails. It seems like we just checked this one out. I guess it's not exactly like, it's very similar though. This one has open mouth, this one's closed mouth. Arms down, this has his arms and hands up. Another Knuckles. And here's Knuckles with his jersey. Another Knuckles. Like a mini, almost like bouncy ball Sonic. This came with the launcher so we could launch it and the robot would break apart. There's another Sonic, and we have a drone, like this egg-shaped drone. And that's it. So there it is, everyone. Most all of my Sonic figures, not all of them, but most of them that I have with me at the moment. So we'll get another look at all of these.